Hello, good evening, and welcome to Gilded Age, a Cypher system actual play about nascent heroes in a world entirely unprepared for them. I am D, or Night Wanderer, and I am here to help our heroes become what they wish to become by providing ample opportunity of hardship. Joining me today, we have John.
Hello, I'm John. That's John with an O. I'm playing Jess today, the fast speedster who ignores physical distance.
And
He has had a time.
He has had a time. He has had a bit of a time. Just so you are aware, because of all of the stuff that happened with Echo and her gun, I do have now a new potential intrusion for you when you roll a natural one that you might freeze if there's a gun anywhere in sight.
Oh, hell yeah!
Glitch?
Hey everybody, it's Glitch. I'm here too often. You know who I am. And today I'm playing Victor, an Inquisitive Adept who inks spells on skin.
So you are. And we've got Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam, better known as Soulby in most places on the internet. And today I will be playing Remy Graves, the mutant mesmer of 1,000 faces.
And Ben.
Hello, I'm Ben Newborn, and today I am playing Rexplode, a hellborn vagrant who's made of magma with a protection flavor.
Quite a mouthful, our heroes, but it's all to a good purpose. Now, where we left off, we now pick up with no time having passed in between. Waking up from a strange and delirious nightmare that was induced by creatures known as dream slakes, the heroes have found out that these creatures were apparently enslaved through the use of collars made of gold that seem to have some sort of geometric pattern to their inner structure that made them function this way. Having released the Dream Slakes from this, they received a little bit of information about a person who names themselves Gold, who seems to have somehow erased their name from any known records, possibly also unknown ones, and who seems to also have some sort of way of interacting with the world from within the world, which our heroes had determined that Gold themselves was not in the world, through a company named Smith & Gold, Inc. We pick up shortly after this altercation with the Dream Slakes, who have now left, leaving behind a strange wooden stick that they have instructed the heroes that they can break to summon them to help out, should help be needed.
Didn't, Why the name is escaping me, I don't know. Apparently I'm still not awake. Didn't Sparrow's character pick up the stick?
Yes.
Last time? Okay.
It is in the party's inventory.
The collective inventory.
Yeah.
And we just gotta switch over to her every now and then to get it out.
Whenever you're not here, we rifle through your pockets or something.
I summoned a stick.
All right.
I think when we last left off, Victor was looking over the gold of the collars still.
Mhm.
Was he still doing that?
Quite possible. I mean, it's like this is all still very much in the moment.
This is the start of a new episode. Like, we can rearrange some of the continuity a little bit.
Absolutely. There's like
Yeah, then
a 30-second retcon window at the start of every episode.
Yeah.
We have only 30 seconds. Okay, then yes, that's Victor will be examining those.
Yeah,
Just kind of
Jess is
off in his
definitely
own
suddenly
scientific
in
world.
different pants. He's traumatized.
Use the retcon to your advantage.
Oh, that's not even recon power. That's just him going home.
Fair.
Man already had brunch. We just missed it.
Yeah.
Right. So, Rex, Remy, Victor, Jesse, you've all had these strange dreams, dreamlike states, nightmares. One that you had shared for a brief time. Then, Rex, you kind of ended up in your own dream for a short time. And now everyone is back and awake and in the warehouse. Mm,
So did
yeah, go ahead.
oh go ahead. Oh. So Rex, did you also see horrific brain chickens?
I saw mostly fire.
I think I would have preferred that.
There may have been horrific brain chickens in the fire, being roasted.
Echo shot one of
see.
ours.
Oh, good.
I don't think it helped too much, but
Right.
well, then she shot me.
I mean, it did
That's-
something.
Is Echo okay?
I think she's fine.
Besides feeling guilty for everything that just happened. Yes, he's fine.
Yeah, something about being framed for murder. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's gone.
For now. That's still definitely a problem we have to deal with at some point or another. For sure.
So the callers, or have you figured anything out about them?
At that point, Victor gets up with the collar still in his hand and walks over to show the rest of the party, like, the inscription on the inside of Smith and Gold. And is just kind of, like, holding it out and pointing to it. And he's like, I think we know where to investigate next for potential leads.
What is
Kinda
Smith
like-
Gold? It sounds like some sort of business or
Yeah,
legal
can I
or
Google
it? Likely.
some shit.
Sounds like a front.
These are the collars that were on the Dream Snakes necks. So I can only assume that they are part of the overall problem. That's not the word I wanted to use.
Situation.
Yeah,
Issue?
something like that.
Anytime there's dirty business afoot, it always pays to follow the money. Who they paying, who's paying them.
And maybe we can get some answers about this gold person from this company. I mean, his name is in the title after all.
Yeah, that makes
his-
sense.
His name is also a periodic element. So
Yeah, I don't think that. I think it's just a. My theory is that it's just a name he chose for himself because it sounded cool.
Also very
yeah,
ostentatious.
that checks out.
You're gonna lock somebody in a collar, at least have the decency to use stainless steel or titanium or something hypoallergenic.
Silver's antibacterial. Could have used that.
I don't think he was concerned about the health of the people he was imprisoning.
Oh yeah.
So,
Do you think he's made of gold? Gold has a pretty reasonable melting point.
That'd be easy. Wouldn't it?
I do not. That is something to add to the table of theories that we have. So far, we have only ever seen him with a gold mask on, so we do not know what he actually looks like, technically.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, is he made of anything? Like,
Again, I think we do not know
Yeah.
because we have not actually seen his face.
Just a cloud.
We've seen a robe and a gold mask. And that is all that we have seen. So,
All right. Well, I guess we gotta find this Smith and Gold place.
mm-hmm.
So, gamekeeper, story man,
God.
Story man.
can can I roll some kind of check to just whip out my phone and see what the internet has to say about Golden? Was it Golden Wesson?
Smith and Gold.
Smith and Gold.
Yeah, certainly. This is going to be an intellect task related to research or investigation. It's going to be just a level 3.
Okay, so it's a level 1.
Yep, that's perfect. Fine. So you need a 3 or higher.
Yeet. I got a 6.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's easy enough. It's easy enough to find something about them. They seem to be primarily a company that specializes in jewelry. They go with the slogan, be your best self, bespoke jewelry for the discerning style. It seems like they don't really have... They have shops, they have stores, but they don't sell any jewelry like pre-made. They create...
It's all bespoke.
Yeah, it's all bespoke. They take measurements. They make sure that jewelry is that the stuff they make it's like very exclusive, high end. They're popular enough, but they're definitely of the type of company that is specifically catering to a very rich audience, very well-to-do audience.
Yeah, I will relate this Yelp overview. Yeah, I'm not sure I would even be let through the door at this place.
Oh, don't be... Well, that's not true. You never know. In fairness, I don't think any of us, technically, by all technicality, will be
I think
looked at
Remy
and
could.
let in, because if this company is run by anybody who's involved with gold, they're going to take one look at us and either try to kill us or at the very least kick us out and tell us to leave.
Ain't no door in the world don't open for Remy Graves.
Except for Remy, because it's Remy.
This guy does seem to know everything all the time, right? So
Mhm.
if we go there, he's probably going to be expecting us anyway.
If he is directly linked with this company, yes.
Yeah, like he could have just had these collars made custom and used the company to throw us off.
There is a possibility, yes. Or there is a possibility that they are working for him, but also do not fully know who he is.
Oh yeah, that too.
So, many theories.
I could make some calls. I got some connections in charitable sectors. It's pretty common to do big fundraisers, get all the rich folks in there and lighten their pockets a little bit. Maybe we could approach this company like they looking for a partner for a big showpiece that's going to be auctioned off for, feed the kids or something.
I think that's a good step.
Feed the kids, the 5 over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So Remy will start putting in calls to some of his charitable organization folks at Sacred Heart, I think we were calling it, and organize a charity of.
Guys, are we getting the gala episode where we all get to dress up fancy?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Gala episode.
It's like the inverse of a beach episode.
Yeah. with the intention of like, because any event like this requires setup. So the implication of the event gets us in the door to talk to people at the company.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do a quick roll for this. This is going to be an intellect-based roll to do with persuasion and negotiation, kind of stuff like that. Like usually you need a little bit of effort and charismatic influence to get these things rolling, because you gotta kind of awaken that interest and spark the motivation for it. It's not just an easy runner. Although, since I assume that Remy would have had this, like, Remy would have done this a number of times by now, I think. I think that's not going to be particularly difficult, so let's call it a level 3 task to start off with.
All right. I have an intelligence power shift, and I am trained in persuasion.
Okay. So that reduces it to a level 1. So you would need a 3 or higher.
That's on 19.
19. That's with a minor effect. Okay. Yeah. So this is pretty much par for the course for Remy. You basically, you probably have like a specific list on your phone that is even ordered in the order of calls that you need to make. Like this is such a practiced thing for you that you absolutely know who you call when, like who you call to start the idea, who you call to get traction for the idea, who you call to get involved in stuff. Like this is, you absolutely know how to do this. This is your bread and butter. This is where you were able to skim the most off of the top. So this is an easy job for you to get rolling, and you get some people involved. Tell me a little bit about what kind of event are you planning? What is it that you would like to establish with this?
It would be a golden masquerade, where the dress requirement is everyone has to have a golden mask, and we would like the company in question to be on tap to make some bespoke masks for folks that will be auctioned off as part of the event. So it'd be very, very black tie, very spooky and mysterious, but with like it just ridiculously opulent and stupidly wealth obsessed aesthetic. And because these people probably have tighter pockets than most, we're gonna aim this as, so he has a tier list of like how difficult is it to get money out of this person, and if they're willing to spend, it's like, okay, we're gonna like put money towards affordable housing. If they're really hard to get money out of, then it's like you got to break out the orphans or something. So this is gonna be like Make-A-Wish, right, like now, like kids in great need.
Alrighty. Just making a quick note.
What's the actual aim here?
Mostly just to get us in the door to talk to the folks at the company. They're going to want to arrange details and how they're going to be compensated, how much of their work is going to be charitable.
All right, so we don't actually need to put on a gala.
No, but it might be fun.
It might.
I mean, we could actually help some orphans.
That's true.
I mean, at the end of the day, the end goal is like Adam said, just to get our foot in the door to talk to this company to get information out of them in some way or another. So by going to them for the gold masks, we have a way in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sure.
Plus, I have this sneaking suspicion that they might get super excited about the prospect of putting their custom jewelry on the heads of a bunch of rich and powerful people.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's a tax write-off.
We may not, given what those callers did, we may not want them to actually put this stuff on people's faces.
Yeah, no, I figured we wouldn't let it get that far.
Yeah. I don't think we're getting to the actual production.
Okay.
This is a pre-scam.
For Jesse and Rex, you both have probably very little to no experience of the workings behind such events, such as like the organizational part and making calls and stuff like that. But like from movies and media, that it's usually like there's this montage of days and days and days of various talks and negotiations with people and everything. And Victor, I don't know if Victor has any experience of any sort of fundraising at all throughout his life, like even just as a witness.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because like where he lived before he was off on his own, I mean, yes, him and Jace are well versed in begging for money for their experiment, and that requires fundraising and a lot of boot kissing.
Yeah. So
to an extent.
So this seems to be what happens here seems to be the complete opposite of what Victor is used to and what Rex and Jesse are kind of imagining happens, because it almost seems like everyone that Remy calls seems to be chomping at the bit to help out. Like the several calls that happen that are integral for the organization of this stuff, like making sure that there's a spot, getting the idea off the ground, getting some initial funding and stuff. All of these things happen within a couple of minutes. Sorry, switch to German there for a moment. Happen within a couple of minutes. Like it's extremely quick, because all of these people seem to be very happy to work with Remy, and it seems that when Remy gets his hands behind all of this stuff, it's always such a booming success that people just immediately go for it, right? He's made himself definitely a name within these circles without the reputation that he deserves. So yeah, this to
be clear, the charities always come out ahead.
Oh yeah,
the donors not so much, perhaps. Yeah. But
oh no, you know where to skim. It's not like you're not a bad guy. You're more of a modern day Robin Hood, if anything. Nobody needs.
Yeah.
Not that anybody needs that excuse, but you. So this all, like, I'm gonna say this takes probably about 2 hours of talking and phone calls and waiting for calls to be paid back when someone was unavailable and stuff. But all of that happens within 2 hours. If anybody else wants to do anything else during this time, feel free. Yes.
Yeah, I think while they're waiting, Victor would probably go to the other warehouse that he's living in to to catch Jace up on what's happening, because if he's about to go do a gala that could possibly get them all killed, he should probably let his partner know just in case. But also to try to do at least a few experiments with Jace on the gold collars to see if, besides the clear magical lock patternization that he's already kind of found, there's anything else that he can find out that's strange through actual experimentation.
Okay, well, let's do a quick roll on that. It's gonna be, I mean, this is kind of, it is going to be a level 6 task. It is going to be intellect based. Anything to do, I suppose, anything to do with either science or magic would help you out here.
So, okay, then I will, intelligence power shift will be one that I can use. Very specifically.
Gets it up to 5.
I could probably use magic training for this too, yeah?
Would Victor object to Rex coming along?
Not at all.
Rex would be very intrigued about this. Like, he's not a scientific-y kind of person or anything, but he does know about, like, magic and stuff. So he may, like, come along and, like, lend his own weird expertise in that sense.
Okay, sure. We'll give Victor an asset for that role. So we're down to level 3.
bear in mind, once per day, you all can choose to ease one task if you spend 24 hours with me in the last day, which you all have at this point. So it's part of my level of what's it called? Inspiring ease.
Cool.
So, do you want to use that as well?
Sure.
Okay. You're now to a level 2 task. Do you have anything else you would like to try and or apply?
Do I really want to apply extra effort to this?
I mean, you're at level 2. If you manage to get it down to like 0, you automatically succeed.
We got all these pools. Might as well use them, you know?
Yeah, I guess I'll apply some extra effort to it. So remind me again how extra effort works.
So you have, from what I can see, you have currently an effort of 1. How can you? Oh yeah, because you didn't take you substituted effort for something else. So you have an effort of 1, which means that you can do a total of 1 level of effort applied to any task. The first level of effort costs 3 points from the pool that is relevant, minus the edge in that pool, and then every further level doesn't apply here, but every further level costs an additional 2.
Okay.
So since you have an intellect edge of 1, that would cost you 2 points of intellect to reduce it by 1 more.
Okay, I'll do that. I got enough intellect.
So you're down to a level 1.
I think I can. I think that's enough.
Okay.
Go on.
What's the worst that could happen?
I got a 9.
You got a 9. That's level 3, so you beat the task. Yeah, so you kind of start experimenting with this. Rex follows along, and you kind of start looking at this. And Rex, for you, it's more of a feeling than knowledge that you get off of this thing. But as you kind of like get deeper into it, and Victor and Jace start kind of experimenting with it and kind of scanning it and like making all of these almost like patterns that they can display or draw, you start getting this feeling of slight unease looking at these patterns. And you kind of like look at it and you don't really figure out what it is, and trying to realize what's going on here. And as more and more of this pattern gets discovered of the structure of the collar itself, like the way it has been formed, you realize that what is happening here is essentially some very strange form of sacred geometry. Now, what is... so the thing is, sacred geometry in and of its own doesn't have any connotations for like good or evil or demonic influence or whatever, but something about this particular type of shape feels off to you because it feels otherworldly. Like, it doesn't feel like it belongs within the cosmogony of Rex's existence.
Hey, yo, this is bad math.
Sorry, is this the way that you use that, Doggy?
Yeah, bad math.
Victor kind of does that thing that he does where he only kind of glances over like he's paying attention, but it almost seems like he's really not, but he is, I swear. It's just how he pays attention to things. And is like, in what sense? Describe it to me more.
I ain't no mathematician, but these symbols and sigils and shit that's coming out of all of this is this don't seem like math from this world. This is science or something from somewhere beyond.
Victor would kind of also understand that too, right? He would
it makes
kind of
sense when Rex says it. What definitely helps Victor with this is the fact that Rex feels like this is an instinctual thing for Rex, which means that this thing is definitely something that sort of doesn't really belong in this. Like, it is possible within this world, but it is highly unlikely to happen on its own, which may or may not be a large revelation, because you obviously already know that this was something that was ordered particularly. But what it means is that it requires an incredible precision and accuracy of shaping to do this. Like, this is at a level where Victor would have, in the place that he was prior to coming here, this would have been a very arduous process that would require all of Victor's focus, despite the place where he was literally reacting to his intentions and thoughts and reforming to them. So, like, this is an advanced process of what Victor was able to do.
Okay. Then I think Victor would.
It's indicative of a very advanced level of either technology or magical ritual, or both.
Sorry, I'm writing down notes.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is spooky science. Like my dyslexia, I don't know what the formula actually means or anything, but these are weird shapes.
Yeah, definitely.
Victor would kind of nod in response, and as he's looking at this thing, just kind of nod and go, "I was coming to the same conclusion." So,
and basically, it's when you finish kind of like escaping this pattern, you realize that the key to this pattern is actually this kind of like closed band. Like, it needs to be a perfect circle. So even though these were made with the intention of like being worn, they were not made to be bespoke, because nobody has essentially a symmetrical neck, right? Like, no one's neck is a perfect circle, and these bands do need to end in a perfect circle to have the effect that they have, right? And it's kind of like almost like a little. It's very strange, because the only way that you can explain it, because you delve kind of like relatively deep into the into all of this various esoteric stuff that is present within the knowledge that this world has, and it's kind of strange, because it's almost like you can almost draw a very tenuous connection to the idea of like chakras and stuff, with the idea of this kind of like throat level chakra being something that has to do with action, that has to do with actioning things and setting them in motion. And it is the idea that the structures within this band kind of form an infinite fractal that traps the ability to act on your own within it, which is how kind of like creatures get imprisoned within this, right? It's a very, very, very strange and very kind of, it harkens back to this idea of any technology advanced enough seems like magic. Like, this seems like a miracle work of some kind, right? So this would have to have either a very specific blueprint, or have someone who knows how to do this doing it themselves. And the way it's set up, it almost seems like it implies that there are specific formulas of these structures that can be made in order to produce various effects, but they are so incredibly specific that you would have to somehow know them, or you would have to have spent eternities, plural, researching and like trying to figure them out.
Obviously, Victor will relay all of that information in the way that Victor does, which is rambling while he's doing the experiments, to the point that maybe people can follow along. Victor doesn't really care.
Victor, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what you're saying, but you sound very confident in your assertions, so I'm happy to go along with what you're saying.
That is mostly all you need to know, yes.
You let me know if you need something punched.
Yeah, I will do that. Thank you. Crouches back down over his desk.
Does Jesse want to do anything in what for him is probably an eternity of waiting?
So I was thinking about it, and honestly, everything that Victor just learned would have been what I was going to go ask Nebula Dreams about, but he's got that. So yeah, Jess is going to be sitting on the couch at the warehouse, just in awe of Remy's work.
That's fair.
Because he's just like, dang, this guy can talk to people.
Oh yeah,
That's buck wild.
As part of get the setup for all this, I want to. If you're gonna have, if the idea is that you're gonna have this very bespoke, very exclusive company providing masks for the elite of this event, there's going to be a need for a secondary company that's cheaper for people who want to participate but maybe don't want to be the top 5 of the whatever. So he would arrange for a lower quality custom jewelry company that could. He's looking for somebody that would make very specific alterations at his whim, but something like not high-end gold jewelry, like it would be gold-plated aluminum or something, just very looks nice, but not durable and not particularly expensive. And the ability
if they
to
wear
do,
it for more than an hour, their face will be stained.
Yes, precisely. Yeah, and the ability to do like custom engraving work and stuff at his discretion.
Yeah, certainly.
Just on the off chance that we end up doing this event, and this could be useful. And yeah, and then I imagine as part of setting it up, he would be going through the Rolodex of like who are the hoity-toity big names that we want to get involved, and he would try and curate a careful selection of general wealthy people who would just naturally be prone to participate in something like this, and then maybe a handful of people he knows are shadier that could be manipulated into donating more than they normally would. That's all.
Alrighty. The second company, the kind of like lower quality bespoke jewelry company, is called Stylist with all Y's. Like it's 2 Y's. There's no Y's.
All Y's. All the letters are Y's.
It's all,
I know. I was gonna say. Well, hang on.
It's Stylist, but it's 7 Y's.
What in the Cthulhu?
Yeah. Lovecraftian spelling, new level 4. Yeah, they're called Stylist, and like they're one of those companies that you kind of like. They advertise aggressively on Instagram, and you can actually get stuff from them. But when it arrives late and
like not even what you ordered, practically. Yeah.
It's like that one commercial that like has that scoop of dice or 3 scoops of dice for David or whatever it's called with where the ad has been going on for the past 3 years and poor David still hasn't gotten his 3 scoops.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like that level of company, but I'm gonna say they're a little bit above that, not much, but a little bit above that. But unfortunately, they blend into the others with the way that they've approached their advertising. At any rate, at the end of these 2 hours, what you have is you basically have an event that is more or less set up. It does require you to talk once more to determine a date or a time. It requires you to decide on a location, and it requires you to talk to like the 2 or 3 or however many you want companies that would be involved directly with this auctioneering stuff. So these are kind of like there's a like a 5 to 6 point task list for you to resolve, which can't be resolved now immediately, but you can start getting on it if you wish to fully organize this event. Stuff like what kind of music? Like the most venues have their own like on-call bands and stuff, but what kind of music do you want to be playing and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, he would probably pawn some of that off on some of the folks over at Sacred Heart just to find let them choose the location. He would give them sort of the breakdown on the theme and styling. Like, it's very Eyes Wide Shut, throw a Baroque orchestra in there and do like a lot of dark drapery and golden chandelier kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then have them start figuring out a guest list that he has the liberty to modify later. I imagine there would be 2 tiers because there's like the guest list of people you want to get money from, but the only thing rich people like better than being rich is being seen by poor people. So we need people that aren't as rich. We'd have a general admission essentially. Like it'd still be exclusive. Like you'd have to go through some kind of hoops to get in, but that's what the cheaper masks are for.
Some sort of prerequisite to even buy the ticket, which is still going to cost like $300 to $400 for the mortals, and like then we're talking about probably thousands, if not tens of thousands, for the rich to just attend.
What we need is to set this up as some sort of pyramid scheme.
That's pretty much Remy's game. And the idea of the event will be that throughout the evening, people will be able to bid on the masks being worn. And so the more ostentatious the mask, the more likely people are going to want to buy it and the funds all go to charity. But then the wearer of the mask has the opportunity to double the highest bid as a personal donation if they don't want to be unmasked. Because once the mask is purchased, they have to take it off when their identity is revealed.
I love this so much.
I can't believe you come up with this whole plan in like the 20 minutes.
We're getting a gala episode. I'm drawing everybody in fancy outfits.
Most of this is the backup plan for if we don't need to continue scamming this company to go ahead and scam other people. Because it's like, if you're going to put all this effort in, you should be scamming somebody.
What we don't know is that Gilded Age is actually a bioflick of Adam. I mean, has anyone ever seen him stand up?
I always assumed his bottom half was dog.
A dog car.
The Dogatar. You leave Benedict out of this. Alrighty.
God. Oh, man.
Okay, so with all of that lined up, you can relatively easily organize a meeting with some representative, or you can just go to a store of Smith & Gold. They do have 2 stores in 2 different parts of the city. One kind of like the central main shopping area, which serves mostly as that store is more or less kind of like a flagship / advertising store. Like it's used more to lure people in than it actually does. It does some business, but the store that does the main part of the business is located a little bit on the outskirts of the city where all of like the rich people live, because like there's like an area where incredibly wealthy people have all of their like residences, places of business, and family homes and stuff. And this area is kind of also speckled with various kind of premium, high price, not necessarily high quality stores that cater to the rich and the famous.
So it's not like there's like a franchise and then a central corporate office or something?
No, not really. It's not. You don't get the impression that Smith & Gold is a franchise. They don't. They operate on a level where their income is perverse, but their reach is very low. Like, they operate with such a narrow elite of wealth that a franchise wouldn't work. Like, you wouldn't be able to find enough people in this category of wealth to open up franchises all across the country.
Yeah, it's kind of like how there's the airport / Vegas Strip / whatever Armani shop where you can go in and buy a $15,000 suit off the rack, but anybody that actually wears Armani goes to a nondescript building in a quiet part of town with a private entrance, and they have a custom tailored suit made. Yeah, we definitely don't want the tourist show.
Adam today, guys.
Is there any way for us to find out like the who owns the company? Like, is there like a board of investors list somewhere?
I have a thing, and Jess will pull out like this little like old 90 or early 2000 style car key fob, and he's like, yeah, I think this thing would let me like control any machine. I don't know. Ciphers are weird, but yeah, if that information is like on their system, I could probably get a printout. And
all right,
yeah,
so while we do the talking, Jess does the hacking. I like it.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm.
Is this? Are we all
getting out quickly
going to one of the buildings? Is that the plan?
Anybody who'd like to.
Yeah, well, I mean, Victor very much wants to after finding out what he's found out about these gold collars. He's like, no, I need to be there in person, just in case.
Yeah, no, it would be good to have somebody who knows what we're looking at.
Yeah, because I think what Victor would do was he would find out this information that he's found out about the collars, be like, oh, and then he would relay most of that information to the rest of the group, very specifically that he is now theorizing that because of the way that these collars are made, he thinks that this gold person has had a very specific hand in making them specifically. Because he very much is like, I don't think anybody else could have done it, but whoever is behind all of this, that is how advanced this kind of thing is. That's how, advanced this collar is from what I have found out. And so I therefore think gold has had a very, very, very specific hand in making, at the very least, these collars, and there could be more. And so he's like, I want to be inside that shop to see if I can sense anything similar.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I have a quick question about all that information you just told us about the devious geometry. So we were able to physically deal with the nightmare squids because they had these collars and they were kind of locked to our world. Would we, like, if we encounter gold, could we like slip maybe a non-golden collar on him somehow and like lock him in our physicality?
Maybe.
Like a gold and a reverse.
I only say maybe because I mean it's such an advanced form of technology that most could it either has magic to it as well, or most people would confuse it for magic. That is how advanced it is. And if it being like that can create something like this, there is a chance that he could very well uncreate it just as fast. So something like this for me would take all of my focus for days to make. Days, weeks, even, maybe longer. But it being like him, who knows how long he was working on making these, but if he can make it that easily, there's a chance he could just as easily unmake it.
Did he make it that easily? He only sent 2 of them after us.
That's the thing. We don't know. We don't have enough information.
Yeah, and their bonds were broken pretty easy. Like, if he knows about us, then he would have known that Echo could break those collars incredibly easily. Or Rex could have melted them, because, again, gold.
He may have underestimated Echo's willingness to shoot a gun at you.
Yeah, that's true.
There is a good chance he thought we were going to be in that dream much longer. Yes. The problem is everything that we have so far are nothing more than theories. And all of those theories, at the end of the day, as much as I don't want to admit that I could be wrong, because, well, I don't like being wrong, there is a chance that everything we have theorized about could all be incorrect, and that we are way off base. Unfortunately, we just do not know, because we do not have enough information on who this gold person is.
and that's the information we're gonna at least try and find at the Golden Smith headquarters.
Hopefully, yes. We just every step that we take in this, we have to be prepared for it to also be wrong. Because there's a chance we reach the end of this and we are very incorrect about everything that we thought was going on. I hope not. I hope that everything we have theorized about is correct. I want us to be right, and I want us to solve this, and I want us to end this, whatever it is. But we have to be prepared for the opposite as well, because everything we have so far are nothing more than theories, and then the few scientific facts that I have gained from objects that have been left behind, which, genuinely, at the end of the day, the implications scare me on how powerful a being like this could be.
Look, if I didn't know anything about this lot of us, we're good at two things: planning and improvising.
That we most certainly are.
I mean, if you think about it, that kind of covers everything.
The execution of the plans doesn't always work out, but the improvising.
I don't know. The bomb idea went by pretty smoothly. It's a shame it was a dream.
Yeah, it technically never happened.
I don't know if it's a shame that it was a dream. Blowing up a bomb in the middle of town would not have ended as well as you think it would have.
It wasn't the middle of town. It was like 200 or 300 feet up in the air. It was the
while it's still in town. Yeah. I don't want to argue the semantics of this at all.
You know, fair enough.
No bombs.
Fair enough. It didn't happen
anywhere near the town. That's.
I don't have any bomb ciphers anymore.
Okay, good.
So.
Rex shuffles nervously.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay, so if I get to their systems, like what exactly will I be looking for?
Any information on the business, who owns it, who runs it, who finances it, who works there.
Any details on Gold specifically? If it's referenced to Gold as a person, I would get that as well.
Yeah, org structure, contracts, accounts receivable.
Obviously, anything that just feels suspicious.
I mean, maybe they've just got a manifesto with all their plans. That'd be great, but
that would be nice. The entire campaign just written down in their systems, all the way up until the ending. Just, hey, look at that, the answer.
It's in a text file that says "do not read." .text.
In all caps.
Taxes, 1998.
It's not even .text. It's like .rtf.
That'd be lovely.
I was thinking about telling the machine to print it all off, but at this point, it might just be faster if I write it down.
I mean, you are pretty fast. I don't.
Yeah.
Are you faster than a USB stick? We should test that.
I don't know.
That is an experiment in the making. I very much like that.
You could have done that in the 2 hours you were setting up the gala.
I was doing other experiments.
We probably have to invent a clock and a high-speed camera that were capable of tracking how fast it was going before we could even do it.
You would have to convert. Essentially, you would have to convert bits per second into meters per second.
Victor is very confident that he could do exactly that.
There has to be some sort of...
It's false confidence, but it is confidence nonetheless. He's like, no, I can totally do that. What are you talking about?
As a side anecdote, there was this... I think it was a laboratory in Africa that sued their internet provider because it was literally faster to tie a USB to a pigeon and send that pigeon to a lab across town than it was to upload it.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Wow. I mean, I think it was... So, main plan going in for entering this shop. is to very much act like we are there to get stuff done for the gala, while Jesse speeds away to go do sneaky things.
Should I like be part of the group and excuse myself, or should I just like wait until I get a signal and then zip in there?
It's this kind of space. It's pretty common. Nepotism is everything. It's pretty common to have an entourage. I'd say we could all just roll in together, and I mean, everything goes well. They'll be eating out of the palm of my hand. You can go do whatever you like.
Jess will look down at his space-themed hoodie. Should I wear this, or should I like get a button up?
You're fine.
Okay.
Us looking as poor as possible is actually more helpful.
Jess is our AV systems guy. Rex is our security, and Victor is our publicist. We're all cool.
Awful idea. Awful idea to make Victor the publicist. Don't know what you're thinking there.
Terrible plan. Let's do it.
Terrible plan. Let's go.
Amazing. Alrighty. Well, you've got yourselves a plan to go to which shop of which shop
hoity-toity
do you want to go to?
The one with the private end.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one with the private end. Okay, alrighty. And I think that is a good place for us to go on a short break. 10 minutes sound good?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, we're going to go on a 10-minute break. We will be back at 42 with the second part of today's episode. See you then.
Bye.
Well, and also, but the thing about it is the underyard only unravels to lead the user to their desired destination. So it's gonna lead me somewhere. I can't use it to like retrail a path.
Oh,
Could light it behind you though.
No.
And if the place you wanted to reach was the explosive device.
Like if Victor ever gets
These are the conversations we have during our breaks, by the way, guys.
yeah. Let's make more bombs for this campaign.
Yeah.
Hero bombs.
Hero bombs.
Welcome back.
Welcome back
Hello.
from our break and everyone's break. We are continuing where we left off, with our heroes having developed a plan for a fundraising gala of the hoitiest and toitiest of the denizens of our unnamed city. Maybe we can name it. Let's call it Cityville. No, we...
This is your town, then.
Cityopolis. Alrighty. So you guys are headed towards the hoitiest, toitiest part of town to go to the actual business dealership of Smith and Gold Inc. How do you wish to go there?
Oh, Duncan's taking us in a limo, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously. In a limo? Oh, we make a limo this time.
Oh, well, Remy's car is a limo because he needs the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot we had a limo.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I just didn't have a
has
driver
to
until
limo
recently.
to
Remy
also
has a
take
limo.
Rex.
Yeah.
What did you say, Ben?
It has to be a Hummer limo to also take Rex. So.
Yeah. It's upgraded.
The gas mileage is awful.
It's a double-decker limo. Yeah. So on a side note, does Duncan get paid, or does he believe he gets paid?
No, Duncan gets paid.
Okay.
I mean, technically now, as a feature of my focus or type, I forget which one's which, but he is effectively a level 2 follower.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So technically does whatever I say, but Remy would pay him. Like he's not,
Yeah.
Congrats on the level up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Duncan deserves to level up.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real boy now.
He's a real boy.
Justice for Duncan.
I should at some point in time, if I ever get beyond any sort of psychological trauma bound to my writing stuff, write a short story about how Duncan's life changed when he just like it was just a normal dude, going to his 9-to-5 job, and then
by all practicality, be like the same canonical Duncan from that one shot because we're in a weird mishmash of multiverses.
Yeah,
This is just Duncan before he died.
No, this
It's
is
like
exactly Duncan. He had like this weird nightmare dream about getting eaten by a deformed werewolf, woke up, went to his 9-to-5 at like the local slushy shop, and now all of a sudden he's a limo driver for the city's first ever heroes.
Yeah, this hot snake man showed up and was like, "Hey, you want to drive us around, kid?"
Yeah.
I love this continuity for us.
It's beautiful. This is technically all worlds. So, there's been.
You could take NPCs from like any other campaign we've done if you wanted.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's great. Anyways, side tangent over.
Yeah, limo.
Yeah, limo. So you go by limo, and it's a solid drive. It's probably like a good 40 minutes to get across through the traffic and all of that stuff. But obviously, it lightens out as you head towards the richer part of town because this area is so highly money laden that you get the impression that people actually feel bad for like driving into it with a car that cost below a certain number of digits. So you head over there, and it takes a little while to get it, but you find the entrance eventually, and much like Adam has mentioned, it's it's an unassuming building, right? It doesn't seem like it's a shop of any sort, other than just like a small small plaque next to the door that says Smith and Gold Inc. And there's plenty of space to park here along the street, and so you do, and get out of the limo. How do you enter? What is describe to me your entrance into this place?
Yeah, so I assume. Well,
like,
I assume
to get in or something. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean there probably is. I mean, that's a good question, but like I assume we would have like we're expected. Like I imagine we arranged to have a meeting or something. Yeah. But yeah, so is there like is there an intercom? Is there a doorman? Like what's
In and of itself, it's just like an unassuming normal door, but once you get through it, you're kind of like in a little bit of a hallway that leads off to a room that is then kind of the place where you have a doorman and security and stuff. So it's kind of like an entrance to an entrance.
Obviously, Remy has to take the lead because he looks the fanciest.
Just the key is just act like you belong here more than anybody else in the room sees it. And so yeah, he will walk in like he owns the place and just Remy Graves and party. We are expected.
Mm-hmm. And one of the guys at the doors pulls out like a tablet and does a cute couple of swipes and then nods and says, "Welcome, Mr. Graves and party," and opens the door.
Yeah, I think Rex is probably just hanging on Remy's shoulder, like being the upfront security guy, you know.
Yep. And these guys do not seem to be in any way phased or perturbed by your guys' appearance.
Well, that's not a good sign.
They don't seem to be. If they are reacting, they have incredible self-control.
Yeah, they're customer service. They'll talk about how big of a bunch of freaks we are in the break room.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, they're customer service for super rich people, so they know how to present themselves.
At least one person has come here with their pet tiger to get a custom collar.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, so
are we feeling anything? Like, is there any like hairs sticking up on the back of anyone's necks or anything like that?
No, not that you would be aware of. No, you're not getting any kind of specific vibes other than the usual kind of discomfort that the not incredibly rich have when around the incredibly rich.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you enter, and the next place is kind of like a large. It's a large room that seems to branch off into a couple of offices down various hallways. It seems like this whole building belongs to these people, or at least the entire first floor or ground floor, and. You kind of enter, and there's these lush black leather sofas lining the wall, and with little like coffee table. Like there's this area, this room is large enough to house 3 full kind of like sets of furniture with a coffee table for meetings, with enough space between each other to have kind of like a modicum of privacy. And as you are entering the room, a man comes forwards towards you, smiling. He is dressed in an all-black suit with a white shirt, and like there's a whole lot of like specific little accents made of gold, apparently, along like gold cufflinks, and he's got some earrings, and one of his ears has like a very sleek kind of covering along the earlobe that seems to like fit perfectly on it, and he smiles and says, Mr. Graves, welcome. We're so happy to hear that you consider us for your fundraiser. Please have a seat. Would you like anything to drink? And he kind of like, as he asks this, he also kind of sweeps with his eyes towards the rest of you. So kind of like the question is obviously directed towards all of you.
What do you think, folks? A couple lattes and a bucket of champagne?
I don't think I can drink a bucket, but I'll take the latte.
Well, yes, certainly. Of course. And he kind of just looks over his shoulder, and you realize that there is what seemed to be kind of like a wall with kind of a mirror. Turns out to be like actually a glass kind of surface that behind which there is a number of people seated, like almost in a sort of a reception desk sort of thing. But the glass is just so clean and polished and shiny that it almost like reflects fully. Like it's not like one-way mirror glass. It's just like
just very shiny glass.
Yeah, very
shiny.
And someone nods and gets up and like starts doing stuff in the back, organizing this. And he once more motions to everyone. Please sit down. You don't have to worry about damaging the furniture, Mister. And he kind of like looks at you, Rex.
It's okay. I'll just stand.
If you please, yeah, certainly. But you are most welcome to sit down if you wish. We have some clients who are constantly on fire, so we have had to fireproof our furniture.
Noted.
Very considerable. We're much obliged for you taking our meet today. It's we're very excited to be working together. So I think it's a great opportunity for everybody involved. It's going to be a great event for the charitable organizations. It's going to be a huge thing for your brand to be, featured on the faces of so many rich and influential people in a huge gathering. It's well publicized. Yeah, we're excited to talk about some of the details and see what we can work out.
Well, certainly, by all means. We were very intrigued when we heard. So, tell us a little bit about this. You said we were to be to make bespoke masks that can then be bought off of.
Yeah. Ideally, the event it's a masquerade ball. Everybody must wear a custom gold mask. Mm-hmm. We would like your company to procure and create a few bespoke, we can work on the numbers. Essentially, the elite clientele of the event would exclusively be wearing masks made by your company. And then as part of the evening's events, mostly I assume based on the beauty and craftsmanship and desirability of a given mask, but also the intrigue and who may be wearing it. Attendees will be able to bid on the masks. And at the end of the bidding event, then anyone whose mask received a successful bid has to be unmasked unless they choose to double the donation as a personal consideration, in which case they can choose to keep the mask and stay anonymous.
That is such an interesting concept. I think that has a lot of potential, Mr. Graves.
Yeah, but you're very kind. I thought so as well, and I couldn't think of a better, more exclusive brand than Smith and Gold to facilitate such a thing. And while he's talking, he is using Impart Ideal, which takes 1 minute. So he's going to explain this plan. This is a great opportunity. He's going to introduce everybody on the team. Jess is AV, Rex is security, and Victor is the publicist. Victor is the publicist specifically because I want them to tell Victor everything about this company, its history, its founding, its who's on the board, what are their mission statements, what are their inspirations for their work. So the general ideal would just be that being fully open with us is great for their brand.
Gotcha.
Victor has specifically brought like a notebook to kind of write things down in to like make it seem like he's writing down ideas for the whole cover being a publicist, but he's just writing everything, even so much as vaguely suspicious, down.
Yep. Yes, certainly, of course. Well, it's a bit less known in it's come to kind of take a back burner in the recent times, but essentially our company was grounded by Roland Smith and Annabelle Gold, who came together with this idea of bespoke jewelry, and this is 3 generations ago. So, as you probably can assume, that was a tremendous act of workmanship that was required to go into it before all of this technology became available to us to expedite the process. So they started off very, very small and were, however, such fine craftsmen that they were able to get to a point where they were very well known among the wealthier and better off circles. By now, the company has gotten into is being led by, I suppose you could call it a board of directors, but essentially they are just the grandkids of the 2 families. We have 9 currently sitting on the board. On the gold side, we have Sebastian, Christian, Alexander, and Jane. And then representing the Smiths are Michael and Isabel and Francine Lowe, who used to be a Smith, of course, before she married actually the son of the man who was who is to thank the most for the tremendous progress that we have been able to make. Her father-in-law, Murray Lowe, was the engineer who devised the technology that has been able to, well, essentially skyrocket our production line and production times, and it really increased the precision at which we can work. We can now we are now able to do a lot based off of blueprints and instructions and the like. So the idea, the aspect of our products being bespoke and exactly according to wish and measure has never been truer than in these times. And
that's all fair. That's absolutely fascinating. This is exactly what we need. See, we want to be able to craft the proper story to get everybody excited about the prospect of Smith and Gold being the proprietors of these masks. Could you arrange for my publicist Victor to have a tour of this production facility, the technology involved? I think it would make such a compelling story to show some of the magic behind the scenes.
That I do believe would be possible, but because of you understand, copyright and legal reasons, we would have to go through an extensive security check to make sure that no devices are being used towards any sort of recording or copy attempts.
Of course.
The setup that we have is well, honestly, it is extremely advanced technology, and we would hate for it to fall into the wrong hands, or for it, obviously, to make any competition for a market that we have very successfully cornered over the years, decades.
Yeah, no, of course. We want to expand the brand, not compromise it. Yeah, that would be fantastic. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do whatever we need to do. Victor, if you are interested in consent to, security protocols and so forth.
Of course.
Rex, would you go with Victor just to make sure that everything's above board?
Our security.
Exactly.
Certainly, yes, we can do that. Give me just a couple of minutes to organize everything in the back, and while I'm doing that, you enjoy your lattes and your drinks, and I will be with you momentarily. And he kind of like says this as the drinks are coming, and the drinks are like, it's all very fancy. Everyone gets like their own little golden tray with like a glass, and the lattes have that like perfect three layer split of color, and like the milk, the coffee, the foam, they all have like some sort of latte art on top with like cocoa powder or whatever, all very very fancy. You're served like everyone gets like a small glass bottle of sparkling water, and they place like this next to the table. They place a golden stand with like a bucket with champagne chilled in it, and you see that the champagne bottle is also kind of like custom made for them, with like their logo, like Smith and Gold, and like very kind of very intricately engraved and stuff.
Most excellent. Your hospitality is second to none.
As the guy is finishing, like, setting up the champagne, Jess will, like, motion towards him and is like, hey, is there a bathroom nearby? I need to...
Oh, yes, certainly. Just off in the corner, you see the door over there. Just go through the door and to your left immediately. There's going to be a small hallway, and then you can choose whichever bathroom you like.
There's options.
So yeah, Jess's plan is to like fully go into the bathroom. If there is no one there, he is going to super speed out and start looking for like the highest level of management possible he can find on like a little door plaque to get access to the highest security computer he can find.
Yeah, certainly. You kind of like head off and you go through the door, and then you take the first left where they told you, and you realize that the first left that you take is actually like an entire apartment where they have converted every room into its own bathroom.
I hate this place.
Like,
Good God.
They literally have like probably 5 or 6 bathrooms for 5 or 6 people to have utter and complete privacy in their own bathroom at the same time.
Dang.
Why is this shop like a hotel?
Like there's a bidet, there's a sauna.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's like the normal, like the toilet seat, the bidet, sink with mirror. There's toiletries. There's like freshly pressed, still warm towels. Like it's all very.
Yeah, but before he gets started on his mission, he just has this split-second intrusive thought of, how much trouble could I get into if I just burn this place down?
Like, this is nothing about this place does not scream opulent.
All right, so yeah, he will. If no one, no one's there because everything's private. So yeah, he will skedaddle back out, and because I have like 2 or 3 stacks of go super fast. He is just going to hopefully move faster than other people can perceive him and start trying to find a manager's office or a server room.
That's easy enough. You start going off, and you kind of like realize that beyond the bathrooms, the first kind of like 4 rooms on either side of this hallway, well, the one that's directly opposite the bathroom is actually the area where the kind of like assistants and people were behind the desk. And then the next 4, 2 on each side, you kind of like quickly peek in and close it before anyone can notice. They all seem to be like still very, very decorated, very, very opulent, but they seem to kind of be nothing more than like measuring rooms. Like, essentially, when people are ready to get their bespoke jewelry for whatever they've intended to, they go into one of these rooms to get all of that stuff, like, measured and stuff. And this is, like, these are equipped with, like, high-tech scanning technology as well as like just your normal like measuring tape and stuff. Like they obviously do their due diligence with this. And then it kind of goes off to the side where it goes upstairs, and you kind of head upstairs, and there you
before I go upstairs, Remy is going to find a note in his pocket that says, "Nothing on this floor going up."
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You head upstairs and you find kind of like a couple of offices, and then at the end of the hallway, you see one door that obviously leads into an office that has been made like. If these are like left and right smaller offices, this one large office has just like taken up half of the floor. Which is probably like kind of the main office. And then right to the left of it is another room that is not even, like the door isn't even marked in any way. And it just says like authorized personnel only or something like that.
Yeah, he's going to go into the authorized personnel room.
Okay.
This is going to be a terrible mistake.
Yeah. You head into the authorized personnel room. It's not locked in any way. And this seems
why would it be?
to indeed be a server room. It just has several rows of large kind of like essentially screenless, interfaceless computers with a lot of like blinking lights.
Okay, dang it. Can't get anything off of something that doesn't have a screen. Wait, maybe he could. Does Victor has a phone.
Victor has a phone.
Right?
Victor has a phone.
Okay, tell me if this is anything. So, the machine control, it can't make a machine do anything it can't normally do.
Yeah.
But if I tell the server to upload all confidential data over a wireless network to this phone number, could it?
I mean,
would that
theoretically? I mean, if it's a server that is connected in any way to the internet, yes, it could do anything that you can do on the internet. Like the thing that is missing here is the human-to-computer interface. The machine itself is still fully the machine itself.
I can communicate to it telepathically.
Certainly.
Yeah, machine control is busted. So
if you can communicate with it, then you can just kind of talk to it and find out all the information and just have, like, remember it, right? You don't need to necessarily download it, which might leave like a paper trail.
Okay, I think it's less than I can communicate to it and more I can telepathically control it.
Right.
At long range, so I can do this like 1,000 feet away because of one of my perks.
Yeah.
So you could just fire off the Cypher and then come back and then just do all the business from the meeting room.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think what I will do first off would be check the room to see if these servers do have access to a router or something.
Okay,
just checking for Ethernet cables.
Yeah, make me a computer knowledge related intellect roll. Level 4.
Okay, that's going to be level 2, and I'm going to burn one of my intellect points to make that a level 1. And
how?
Intelligence power shift. Knowledge, science, and crafting tasks are eased by 1 step per shift, level 2.
Mm-hmm.
And can't I burn intellect points in my pool to lower the thing?
Effort?
Yeah, effort, sorry.
Yeah, certainly, but that costs 3, not 1.
Oh, it costs 3? Okay.
The first level of effort applied costs 3, and every further level of effort costs 2. And then the sum total gets reduced by the edge that you have. But you don't have an edge in intellect, so.
Okay. Oh, I do not. Okay. And let's see. So it's level 1. So still room for failure. Let's go.
You have to roll 3 or higher.
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Okay.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Nice.
If there is a router here, you have no idea how to identify it. It all looks the same. It's all just black boxes with blinking lights. And like, your idea of an internet router is it's a box with blinking lights. So it's kind of like any and all of this could be a router, or none of it.
And you can find out when you start communicating with it, right?
Yeah, but I can only do this once.
Yeah.
Once I use the key fob, my target cannot be changed. So, because this is definitely where the information is, and there's no guarantee that the information is going to be on the manager's computer or the manager would even have access to it.
It's a server. It's got to be connected to something, right?
All right, time for the coin. Heads, he's going to use it on the server room and hope to God he can get it sent somewhere. Tails, he's going to skedaddle into the manager's office and try that computer. Tails. So, yeah, being unsure as to the nature of where all of these servers are connected to, he is going to quietly slip out of the server room and slip into the head manager's office.
Okay. You slip into the head manager's office. You do well. Roll me a d20 and tell me if it's even or odd.
Oh no, just gonna have to knock out a snooty manager. It's odd.
You enter the room, and as you kind of like, you're still in this kind of like imperceptible hyperspeed, but you kind of like enter the room, and just as you're about to pause, you have this. Let's have a reflex related speed roll, level 3.
Oh boy, level 3.
Either Jesse is about to very narrowly dodge a trap or die.
Why not both?
Is he about to A-train this manager accidentally?
19
with a minor effect. Awesome. So you kind of like enter it, and you're about to ready to go towards the computer, you know, as soon as you spot it, and then just as you're about to stop in your movement, you realize that someone's sitting at the desk. You just didn't at first realize that they are, because they're like not moving to your perception, and you kind of like stumble a little bit, but you immediately kind of catch yourself, and essentially you start kind of skipping in place from one foot to another at hyperspeed to remain undetectable as you're kind of like trying to process the situation. The situation is currently there is a person sitting at the desk. They are doing something on the computer. The computer is like it's a desktop tower that's beneath the desk, and then on top it's just a monitor with a mouse and keyboard. They seem to be currently with an expression of utter rage on their face, and on the screen of the computer you see an Excel table that is largely but not entirely alphabetically sorted, and with like names. And you see that the rest of the room is relatively bare. Off in the corner is another one of these kind of like sets of furniture with a coffee table for like meetings and stuff. The other end is essentially a drinks cabinet and a fridge with more drinks, and kind of like all sorts of glassware for the appropriate drinks. And the rest of it is just cupboards with like all sorts of documentation in them.
Okay. So he appears to be very angry, yes?
Yes.
Does he happen to have a drink on his desk?
No.
Damn it. Okay. No drink on his desk, so I can't spill anything in his lap to make him go to the bathroom. don't have a trumpet, so I can't play a brown note to get him to go to the bathroom. Okay, so I might have to burn my minor effect on the action of this will work, but we'll see. So here is Jess's next plan. He is going to go back outside of the office and close the door, and he's going to snap back to real time and knock on the door kind of urgently and say, "Sir, Mr. Graves needs to see you, like right now."
Okay. Do you stay in normal speed, quote unquote?
The second the door starts to open, he will like speed out. So the plan is for him to get up and get to the door, and then like, speed behind him and like push him out of the office and lock the door behind him.
Not gonna end well.
Okay. Right.
Jess is in panic mode.
Yep. Alrighty.
Thought
Yeah.
this was
So
gonna be
there's like
easy.
a short moment where it's like, what? I can't. What? And he kind of like, and you hear steps coming from the other side, and the door kind of like furiously opens up, and this person is like looking outside with like this storm cloud face, going, what? Who? Are you still in, like, are you visible to him? Are you
Nope.
still...
As soon as the door starts to open, Jess is going to run back into the office and like get ready to like shove this man out.
Okay. I think this is a good point for me to offer you an experience point.
Oh.
No.
Oh boy. Oh boy!
You can either accept it or you can pay 1 experience not to have the intrusion.
I'll accept it. I'll accept it all day, every day.
Okay. So mark down 1 experience point. Immediately give 1 experience, or determine a teammate who gets another.
Victor, because this is going to come back to bite him somehow.
No. All right. What the hell, man? Why me specifically is it going to come back to bite?
Because it always does.
You run in, and as you kind of like run in, you're in panic mode. You're not looking. You run, and you literally trip over his leg, which is kind of like mid-step as he is opening the door. I am going to need a level 5 reflex. It's essentially a speed defense, let's call it, and it's a level 5, not to stumble fully onto the floor.
Okay, let's see.
Surely
So
if
I have
Jess trips
dexterity,
over someone's
power
leg
shift.
when running at full speed, they just snap that leg, like...
Look, if we were obeying physics, Jess would have been causing sonic booms every time he opened and closed the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
If we were obeying physics, Jess would have been a flayed man.
Yeah, Jess would be dead if we were obeying physics.
Okay, so it's level 5. I have dexterity, power shift, level 2.
Yep, so it's level 3.
Let's see.
You have a
So,
free
hey, guys.
ease too, if you like.
You know what? Yeah, I'll burn that right now.
Okay.
So what's that? Now it's a level 2?
It's a level 2.
Okay, so I'm going to spend a speed point, so that's 2 because I have an edge of 1?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
You reduce it to 1, and now before you roll, I am going to tell you, you have an effort of 2, so if you wanted to, you could apply 2 levels of effort to automatically succeed in this.
Yeah, but
Before
where's the
you roll
fun in
it,
the
so
That
story?
is fine.
in
I
that?
just wanted to make sure that you were aware of this.
Let us
Oh, yeah,
roll our
I've-
shiny
I've
dice.
been aware.
Absolutely, by all means.
Yeet. Another 19.
Another 19.
Oh.
Seriously, another 2.
You run up, you stumble across his leg, you start falling, you start like flying, right? But you remember all of the conditioning of your like fourth grade PE class, and you drop into just like this perfect roll, just this perfect forward roll, and get up on the other side, and like for a moment you go like this, and like, oh fuck, I can't stop moving, and then like immediately start running further until so that he doesn't see you. What do you do now?
Okay. Okay, wait. Maybe I don't need to push him out. Okay. So, gonna pop machine control, gonna take the little key fob out. So yeah, key fobs like have a backup car key in them, so he'll take out the little backup car key. He'll find one of those unused slots in the back of the tower, and like put the key in there so that it just kind of looks like a normal USB, completely inconspicuous.
Yep. Okay.
He'll click the little button to activate it, and after he does this, he is going to take out his phone and make a burner email account and have... Yeah, he's going to tell the computer to... as a background... what's that thing when things are run... Background process.
Like a routine?
Email...
A subroutine or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, as a background routine, he's going to tell the computer to email information on the owners, the financiers, the board of CEOs, any references to individuals with a certain name gold, like their order accounts, and information on Roland Smith and Annabelle Gold to this, like, email all of this to the burner account.
Okay. Now, you absolutely can do all of this. I'm just going to tell you it's not going to happen now, because while you are in hyperspeed, you can, like, send stuff off from your side, but it's still going to take normal real-time time for these things to happen.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm setting up the
because like there's like a registration
order of
process,
operations.
So you would still have to wait for the confirmation of the email and all of that stuff. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
sure
then, if I can, so I'm assuming that being allowed to do that is my minor advantage thing that the 19 gave me. So let me see. There is. Okay. A clear and unobstructed path to that location. So, I would like to go back to the door, and this time, instead of accidentally tripping over the man, I would like to use Dimensional Squeeze to shoot past him. So, like, Jesse's point of view gets a bit weird as, like, the scene changes to a time when the building was under construction where there was not even a door installed here. And he goes past, snaps back to the current frozen time, and he is going to make a beeline for the stairs and then back to the bathrooms.
Okay. Yep. You do that, and in the meantime, we're going to snap back to the others. Now... The man comes back after a couple of minutes, and by this time, I assume Jesse is just gonna like come back out of the bathroom, or is he gonna wait some amount of time? Because all of this took like, apart from the time it took for the man to get up from the seat and go to the door, like you haven't been. This is happening in under a minute.
Yeah, Jess is going to stay in the bathroom for an appropriate amount of time, and mostly just like confirm the email address so that all the processes can continue.
That is fine.
Yeah, he'll probably join back in a couple minutes. That was stupid.
I love it.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, one of my ciphers is called Best Tool, and it says provides an additional asset for anyone tasked using a tool. Does that mean I get to choose like what the tool is?
Yeah. Or like it's a particularly useful tool for the situation at hand.
Okay.
Oh, it's the Mouska tool.
It's a sonic screwdriver.
Because my thought process is they're gonna check security clearances and stuff to make sure that nothing is being obviously like technology is being used to record while Victor is touring the place. Is there a way that I can use Best Tool to make a spell that Victor can ink on his skin that records everything? In a way that would be unnoticeable to this company.
Do you have anything that would be... Okay, so the way we can do this is it would essentially be what I'm going to offer you, because you don't really have an ability that says like record or eidetic memory or anything like that. But essentially, remembering things is nothing other than an intellect task, right? So remembering everything in perfect detail would be a very high difficulty intellect roll. But I'm going to say you can use this stuff to kind of essentially, we can flavor it as him inscribing a rune on his skin that boosts his memory, essentially, like that converts his mind into this sort of recording device. So it's still going to involve, like, if you wanted to go down this way, it would involve an intellect task to remember. It would be a pretty high level to start with, but you would be able to apply all sorts of stuff to lower that difficulty in order to get there. And then you would be able to remember everything like in perfect detail as if you had recorded it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I want to do that.
Okay. So at the moment, like the man comes back and he's like, "Oh, I hope the coffee is good. We are ready. If you would follow us. You said the two of you are coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you would follow us to our, we will take you to our measuring rooms as an improvised area for a pat down, and then we would lead you to our production facility to show you. If you just go past the door, and then one of my colleagues will wait for you on the other side.
Okay.
And he kind of like sits back down with you, Remy, and he kind of like starts. Mr. Graves, were you perhaps interested in any accoutrements for yourself? I'm sure that we would be able to produce an exquisite set of, if you wish to accentuate, either scale like modifications, or perhaps simple bands of gold to accentuate the various sections of the rest of. I do have to profusely apologize. We do cater to all kinds of people. We do not discriminate, but it is sometimes difficult to determine whether and in what way it is polite enough to speak of such things. It has been our experience over the past couple of weeks that some of these individuals seem to be experiencing this change as something entirely new to them, and some are not particularly happy with it. I do not wish to step on any. I do not wish to upset you in any way. I'm just offering. If you wish to, we can work with whatever you would like for yourself, if you were interested.
Oh, of course. Don't worry yourself at all, Sugar. I appreciate you asking. Now, I would like to talk about perhaps the types of materials you work with, because I could always do with a little something to accentuate, and he'll just kind of like play with one of his fangs a little bit, like maybe do something a little here.
Certainly. We work with all sorts of materials. We can work with any grade. We prefer obviously to work with higher quality materials, but we can work with any metal and any mineral.
That's most excellent. Gold up clashes with my scales. It's
that is fair. We can also do obviously silver, titanium, alloys. We can do copper if you prefer copper, bronze. Obviously, we make everything. We make sure that everything is perfectly biologically safe. We do not. We have had requests for lead, and we have been able to render lead non-toxic for the most part.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I'd love to. If you've got some designs in mind, or some
certainly
literature to show me, I'd be happy to see.
Oh, certainly. Let me call over my colleague. And he kind of pulls out his phone and presses a button, and you realize that on his phone he has like they basically like they're using their phones more or less as walkie-talkies. Like it's all like constantly on call and stuff. And he just goes, "Can someone send me Mr. Buffon?" And after a couple of minutes, a young man comes out, who is like this person is decked out in like style and jewelry and stuff. Like they're on their right hand they have like their middle finger, their thumb, and their little finger have like complete like full finger metal kind of armor that kind of moves perfectly as they kind of bend their fingers and like reveals like intricately engraved pieces beneath, and they're kind of like which connects with like chains to a band on the back, and like both his ears are completely decked in like little chains and earrings and stuff, and like he is a walking advertisement for this company, like everything. And he kind of like comes up and he introduces himself and he says, "Oh, I'm Stephen Buffont. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Graves. I'm one of our. I'm one of our designers." And the other guy says, "He is far too modest. He is, by all means, the best designer we have on the team. And please, and he kind of like enters into this whole thing of like interviewing you and talking to you about what you want, blah blah blah. In the meantime, Victor and Rex, you're both taken to like as soon as you pass through the door, you see two people waiting for you, and they kind of like lead you off into separate rooms where they kind of just check for all technology. They take away your cell phones. They take like every piece of technology that they find. They take away. And once you are cleared for security, they kind of like lead you back out and then get a third person. This third person kind of like starts leading you down the hallway. And then where you kind of like at the end of the hallway, you see that there are stairs leading upwards. And instead they kind of like pull out a key card and press it just like flat against the wall. And then you realize that there's like a very well concealed like little scanner in the wall, and like a door slides open that leads downwards into the cellar essentially. And you are led. You are actually offered the choice of elevator or stairs.
For once.
Where if not here?
There are benefits to my names.
And yeah, you go down and essentially you enter into this, and the subterranean area looks like this extremely large cavernous room. Like it seems like there were maybe 2 or 3 sub-levels of basement here that were all kind of like hollowed out to house this intricate machinery. As far as the machinery itself looks, it reminds you a little bit of of this alien species that you saw, but it's less organic and far more technological. But it seems to have like all of it seems to be in like a spherical kind of thing, and it just seems to have a number like it's hard to tell at first, but it's probably like 9. It's probably 9 or 11 because they're constantly kind of like moving around, so it's kind of hard to tell. But it's 9 or 11 different kind of like arms, almost like almost like insectoid little appendages. Like just like obviously they're purely metal and pure machinery, but they're just like these kind of like moving kind of things that prod around and move. And in the center seems to be whatever is currently being created to be being created, sort of. And the person starts like explaining, this is our essentially our main production facility. We do have one other machine at the other shop that is like this as well, but has a bit of a smaller range. As you can see, some of the arms are not currently being in use. This is because we have very specific. We can cater to very specific wishes. Some of these arms are capable of altering the very structure of the minerals and the metals that we are molding. Most of our clients use that to kind of put in maybe a loved one's name or something like that into the very structure of the metal. It is relatively difficult to make it stable when it has to spell out a specific name, but it does work. We have found a way to work with it. Essentially, over there, he kind of like points to a compartment. Over there, the materials go in that are to be used. They get deconstructed and decomposed into as fine a powder as is needed, and then they kind of begin being re-seared and re-smelted, if needed, together into the form that we wish for. Over there, you can see there's 6 various people working at the consoles. These people, 3 of them are obviously in charge of the kind of the process itself, making sure that everything is working fine, and the other 3 are busying themselves with making sure that the design is the way it is supposed to be, feeding the blueprints to the machine. The machine itself, it is a proprietary. It is definitely it is ours. Well, it belongs to Mr. Murray Lowe, but he has given us the permissions to use this machinery for the purposes of our company. Yeah, so we are able to cater to most any sort of wish or blueprint or form that is needed. Once the item is finished, it goes through a settling and cooling process, and then it is thoroughly scanned and inspected to make sure that it is 100% compliant with the blueprint. If it is not, we start over. We are able to check for up to 0.01% fallacy, so even 99.99% accurate item is not accurate enough to the exacting standard that we have, thanks to this machine. Clearly, when it all started back in the day, this was only a dream, and Mr. Lowe's skills at this type of thing have been invaluable in providing us with the ability to produce the absolute best bespoke adornments.
Do they do anything, or is it just
Pardon?
decorative items you make?
We make jewelry, sir. I mean, obviously, some of them are going to have moving parts. What has lately become very popular are finger coverings that move with the movement of the hand, so as not to restrict it. Those are very intricate designs that need a lot of attention to detail to make sure that it moves naturally with the person's hands. But they don't do. I mean, they add to your personal brand, obviously.
I just wonder, like, you have this fantastical machine that can make all sorts of things, apparently. Maybe it would be used to make something more functional.
Well, you see, sort of the ideology of the company is that we wish to specialize on aesthetics. It is important to us that our customers are able to have the style that they wish to have. If we were to branch out beyond that, Well, Mr. Lowe was very exacting in the construction of the contract by which we have access to this machine. It is any extension into practical use would imply also a possibility of weaponizing it, and this is not something that we wish to happen, which is why you must understand we absolutely cannot allow any sort of recording of this machine or anything. This is why it must stay within the family, as it were.
Weaponizing. It could be used to make weapons.
Well, yes. I mean, we would be if we wished to, which obviously we do not, but it would be perfectly possible for us to, for instance, completely reconstruct any legendary sword of old. You know, the finest craftsmen in Japan. We would be able to completely reconstruct any sort of katana made by them. We would be able to. This machine is essentially, I suppose you could call it a 3D printer would be like a Lego effigy of this machine.
Right.
To put it
So
lightly.
What you're saying is you can make me Excalibur.
Sorry, what?
But purely decorative Excalibur.
Well, I mean, we could make a sword that would look like what you assume Excalibur to have looked like, but obviously, in order to reproduce anything exactly, we would need to have that thing. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Fantasy things do not work.
I'll work on that.
And does Mr. Lowe ever request items to be made for him personally?
I am sad to say that Mr. Lowe, Mr. Murray Lowe, passed away some 10 years ago. So no, but he did not used to request anything. No. The assumption is, of course, that since he created the machine, he probably could have made one for himself, I assume.
Wait, so he gave you a machine, then he died, and you kept the machine?
As per the contract, yes. Since his son is, since his son married into the family, essentially, the ownership of the patents in the machine has passed to the son. But the contract, as I say, is extremely exacting. Mr. Lowe did not wish to risk it even on... both of you can make me a kind of like an insight-related intellect roll. This is just a level 3. Just to kind of like gauge feelings and emotions here.
I got a 12.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Okay, both pass. You guys realize that this person is kind of very approving of what they are saying. Like, they approve of this contract that they keep mentioning. And they say, well, the contract is extremely exacting, and Mr. Lowe did not... he did not offer for any sort of, if you will pardon the expression, nepotistic allowances. He wished to make sure that the machine would not be used in perpetuity for any nefarious purposes. So anything short of purely illegal action, which is why we have the security, would be able to procure the plans for this. Well, the plans, obviously not. The plans have been very, very safely sequestered, but... Do you have any other questions?
I don't, unless Rex does. I can't think of any.
Victor's the science guy.
Yeah, and Victor's looking at a machine that can basically what was it? Change the structure of minerals, and is having a mind fuck of a day.
So wait,
So,
you've had this machine for... You said he died 10 years ago. You've had this machine for over 10 years?
Yes. Not much over. I think he finished the first prototype 12 years ago.
If he's dead, like, who knows how to maintain and fix this machine if things go wrong?
Well, that is sort of both the that is at the same time a blessing and a curse, I suppose one could say. Nothing has ever gone wrong so far. Even the most detailed, and he kind of like stops here, and you realize that he's kind of trying to figure out whether this is something he should be saying or not. Like, he's on the fence of whether this is like allowed to be open knowledge or not. And then he kind of says, well, actually, for this, I am going to offer an intrusion. For this, you will know what it is. With the intrusion, he's not going to tell you this. Without the intrusion, if you pay the 1 XP, he is going to tell you what it is that he's on defense of. Like, it's a very simple...
Yeah. I'd take the intrusion. Victor?
yeah, I guess.
So whoever takes the intrusion can write 1 XP for themselves and can give 1 XP to someone else.
I mean, you asked the question, do you want it to be your intrusion?
Yeah, I'll take the intrusion. That's fine.
Okay, and who gets the XP?
Well, Victor, you got given an XP earlier, right? So I'll give this one to Remy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he kind of like sits there and looks at you both and goes, there's protocols in place for that.
What do you mean?
I am unfortunately not at liberty to discuss more than that. We are entering an area that is possibly a trade secret, which I would not be allowed to divulge.
Oh, okay.
Can
I apologize.
Since we've already kind of, in a sense, deciphered what, because of the gold collars, like, what the, like, material of these is, in a sense, and Victor kind of, like, intimately has knowledge of it now, can I, use maybe, I guess, magic training or something similar to kind of see if Victor can see if this machine is the same machine that would have made these gold collars? Like, is it composed of kind of like the
this definitely would have been the machine that made the gold collars.
Okay.
Maybe the other one that they said they had in the other shop, but definitely this is the machine that made the collars. This is a no-brainer. Now, I am going to allow you, because you talked about using that Cypher and for like recording stuff. The way that we're going to do this is you can, if you wish, roll. I will tell you soon what the difficulty is going to be and everything. If you wish to roll, you can, and if you succeed, you would be able to remember enough details and closely enough to kind of like later down the line either make a sketch or just mentally start inspecting the machine for how it functions. Like, you might not be able to 100% reverse engineer it, but you would get pretty damn close.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
If you wish to roll. Now, the roll itself is going to be a level 7 task.
Okay.
Which means that without any eases or anything, it would be impossible for you to get, because it will be a 21 or higher. And feel free to unload everything you think you possibly can to lower this level. I am going to say that you will not be able to lower it below a level 1, just because we need the roll. We need the roll to happen. It can't be a level 0 automatic success.
Yeah. Does using the Cypher get me anything to lessen it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Itself?
The best tool, as we discussed, would give you an asset for the task, because that would be essentially like you enhancing your memory with, like, the tool would just be basically the perfect rune to enhance your memory. So that would lower it down to a level 6.
Okay, and then don't look over all my stuff. Could I use intelligence power shift for this?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's down to a 5. Would my savant power shift also work for this? Because it's history, perception, or persuasion. Could I use it for perception or history, maybe? Since I'm trying to remember.
I'll allow that. We'll do perception for that.
Okay, so that's a 4. Would my magic training do anything here?
Trained is basically magic, including operation of magic artifacts and Cypher. You know what? I'm gonna allow it.
Yeah, we're down to a level 3. Let's see. Is there anything else?
You got effort as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll spend some effort on this.
Okay, you apply a level of effort to it. That is going to cost you 2, because you have an edge of 1 in intellect.
Yeah. So that brings it down to a level 2?
Yes.
And a level 2 I would need to get
a 6 or higher.
Or higher. I can't think of anything else that I could possibly use to lower this more.
I do see one more thing, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
No.
Please.
Come on.
Use your bomb Cypher.
Yeah. Just explode the place.
I mean...
Uh-huh.
I think I know what you're looking at. If you're talking about effort enhancer, can I use that right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I will use that right now.
Yep.
I don't know, since it's a Cypher,
like?
I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, what does it look like?
See, my problem is trying to get the ciphers to fit in with the, like, power of ink spells on skin, and it's never...
I mean, it doesn't have to, it just has to, like, I'm leaving you guys complete freedom as to how they look and can be applied, the ciphers, like, as to...
Yeah, but I like being on
that's
theme.
fine. That's perfectly fair.
And I think maybe, well, so... I would think that since the way that we do this is that Victor kind of always has, like, the ink for his spells always on him, he keeps it in a very separate pen from normal pens that he would use. I think what I'll do is he'll kind of be like he's doing his thing of pretending to, like, write notes down. Absolutely fake that the pen runs out of ink. Shove it in his pocket, grab his pen that has the specialty ink in it, and, like, you know how sometimes people will, like, test out if a pen works, either in the side of a paper or they'll do it on their skin. He'll be pretending to test that the pen is working by quickly inking a spell on his skin that he can use for this.
Love that. Perfect. All right,
So
you reduced the
elaborate.
level 7 task down to a level 1. Roll above a 3, or, well, a 3 or higher.
I got a 10!
10, nice. That is a success. Alrighty, you managed to kind of, like, make a mental snapshot of this, and you kind of, like, feel it sear itself into a long-term memory part of your brain.
This is the most ciphers I've ever used in this game, by the way, guys. It's sick. It's success.
Absolutely.
I think... Oh, sorry, go on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But before we move on from this amazing machinery, you know, all the changes that have been going on with the world in the last months. Anything change with this in recent times.
What changes?
You know, like the people with the that just like shows his like
Motions to
fragments again,
himself.
like the changes.
Oh, do you also suffer from, I mean, I see. No, nothing has changed. No, the machine has always been the machine.
It's never done anything differently.
Not unless we wanted
unexpectedly.
It to. No.
So this is the machine you'd use to make the masks that Remy is asking for.
This would be the machine that we would be using for that. Yes.
Okay then.
If you gentlemen have no further questions, I think I would like to escort you back to Mr. Graves.
I believe we are done here, yes.
Alrighty. You guys get escorted back to kind of like the main room. Jesse eventually makes his way out of the bathroom after we hope, appropriate amount of time has passed. Remy, in the meantime, you have discussed some accentuating jewelry with Mr. Buffon.
Yeah, absolutely. He was just trying to keep as many people focused on him and busy. So
Yeah.
He would have pulled up designs for fang caps. He would have had them design up a custom precious metal cane for Victor, some chrome-plated sneakers for Jess, like a really tricked-out heat-proof hat for Rex.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Not with the intention of actually purchasing any of these things.
Yeah.
Just to keep these.
I'll be back for my sword later.
In the end, why not? I mean, if you can get someone to bid on that. Alrighty. I think that is a good place for us to end because we've already run a little bit longer than usual. So we're going to do ourselves a quick round of outros as the camera zooms out of this kind of conversation moving out, and they kind of end up agreeing to helping you with this task, and that definitely results in an opening of the champagne and like a sharing. Like there's a fresh bottle of champagne that is brought specifically to celebrate this impending collaboration. Everyone's given a glass, and you toast, and as you toast, the credits roll, and in those credits we have a list of our participants. So, Ben, who are you and where can we find you?
Hello, I am Ben. I am. Where am I? I'm on Blue Sky and Discord as Ben Newbond. I don't really go on anything else anymore. And I'm also an Itch. I am a game designer. I also I run another podcast that features D, and that's called Cybertopia AP. And we are currently running through D's group's arc at the moment, and that's lots of fun. Episodes come out. Next one's on Tuesday, and fortnightly on Tuesdays. I'm also just going through the first print run of my new book, which is can it show Overgrown.
Ooh,
so that's my
pretty...
weird animal hybrids game.
Ooh.
I just got it printed. This is the first proof, so I'm getting my first print run of that done. It's going to be in shops and everything.
Awesome. Where's the camel hawk, Ben? Where's the camel hawk?
Oh no, I couldn't. No, it was considered too explicit.
Okay. Alrighty. Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam, better known as Soulbind most places on the internet, and I thank everyone for entertaining my ridiculous shenanigans. You can find me most easily at soulbind.card.co. It's got links to video demo reels, some of my music work, clips and segments of APs and things I've been involved with, and all my social links. So if you're interested, give it a look.
Okay. Glitch.
Hello, everybody. I am Glitch. Most often you'll find me here because I'm insane, and this is all I do with my life now, apparently. I'm a part of another game, John's game, Break the Twilight Labyrinth, which in the next week is our next game.
Next week.
That one's been a lot of fun as well. I like tormenting my characters, so I've been having an absolute blast with Mesa. You can find me at my card, which is glitchedchaotic.card.co. That has links to all of the current projects that I am a part of. I'm voicing in an audiobook for a friend for the book Legendborn, just a fun little project. We're not expecting to make any money or anything from it. I'm back to streaming. I will be streaming. I'm going to try to be streaming every Wednesday and Friday, just depending on what my schedule is, because doctor's appointments come first, of course. But you'll usually catch me over there. I had my first stream this past Wednesday. It went about as well as you can expect, which meant everything was lagging almost the entire time. Hopefully by next Wednesday I will have that fixed and we will be running with the races. I'll be streaming mostly just games. I like doing indie games, and then I'll be doing story-based games as well. May branch out into more stuff in the future. We'll just have to see. But for now, just gaming. Maybe a D&D campaign eventually if I can ever get my Percy Jackson campaign ready to go, which has taken way more time than it really should. But yeah, besides that, I am trying to branch out into voice acting. So if you need a voice for something, I have voiced a thing so far, and you can hear that and check that out if you like the sound of my voice.
Amazing. All of the busy bees here. John.
Hello, I'm John. I can be found on social media at Crims Bacon. I can be found on dang near every other project here on Would Be Heroes, one of which I even run. It is Twilight Labyrinth, a break game. Glitch is there, as are other individuals who are sprinkled around Would Be Heroes. I also have my own podcast, Bacon Flavored Pods, where we are currently running a Mecha vs. Kaiju campaign. But starting at the end of the month, we will also be running a campaign using the Beacon system set in the world of Final Fantasy XII. I can be found on my friend's Twitch, Bore Immortal, where we are currently playing Fallout 1. Necropolis has fallen. It's a sad day for all. Let's see. Oh, also, if you have too much money just laying about, like if you're just tripping over your piles of cash, you can throw it at me and I'll send you drawlings.
Which are really, really good. And
I think that's it.
Last and certainly least, I have been the Night Wanderer. That's Wanderer with an O. You can find me streaming on Twitch. I stream thrice a week. Currently, I am streaming Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, Hordes of the Underdark, and other words as well. And then Disco Elysium and Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Most of these games were actually approaching relatively... we're getting relatively close to the end of, so there's probably going to be some rotations in the foreseeable future. I am, as these wonderful gentlemen have mentioned, on Ben's Cybertopia Pod. I am on John's Mecha vs. Kaiju, and will be on the Final Fantasy one as well, not knowing anything about Final Fantasy, so that's going to be fun.
Hell yeah.
I am on the alternate Saturday Call of Cthulhu game here on Would Be Heroes. You can find on my link tree the itch link, which doesn't currently have all too much, but it does have a system that I have made, a cute little system called 123D6, so check that out if you want easy and fast entry into a game night. Other than that, I don't have much to say, so that has been it. We are going to raid out to Behold Roleplay, who are currently on episode 13 of The Downfall of Propriety. So let's see what that is like. In the meantime, we love you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching us. Be kind to yourselves and to others, and we will be seeing you. Bye-bye.
Down with propriety.